My name is Austin Soboleski. I run a small business development studio here in Erie, Pennsylvania. I create websites, marketing media, photos, videos, commercials for small businesses. What I'm excited about doing on this role is I've been picked as the director of photography, so my job is to just kind of make sure that the scenes and the pictures are coming together and everything is matching and cohesive. I met Rob, the director, when I was picked for an Erie insurance commercial. They wanted me to bring my motorcycle in, and I was interested in film. I had been doing it for about a year when I went on that commercial, and I met Rob, and we got to talking, and we worked on some other little projects together, and it ended up that he was starting a nice big project, and I wanted in. It seemed like a lot of fun. Me and Rob had a lot of meetings to kind of hash out the way that the film style was going to end up. We discussed a lot of different source materials. We went over a lot of different themes that we could play on, and we ended up trying to stay as true as we can to the idea, and we wanted the overall flow of the story to go from kind of this interdimensional sort of transitionary period. That's where the whole two-color big scheme comes through. I guess my favorite part of the creative process is just kind of the opportunity to sit down and be able to think about different ways of doing things, taking patterns or in my head, an algorithm of how a formula of how something is supposed to be, and changing out different variables to get something where you're thinking of it in your head. It's not so different that it's unusual, but it's different enough to have its own unique look to it. I'm not a very creative person. I'm not an artist. I've never done any creative things. And this is one of the first projects where I've really gotten to kind of stretch that freedom. So I guess that's the part of the creative process I enjoy, is actually getting the opportunity to be creative. I think Rob and myself collaborate quite well. So we have frequent meetings, probably 2 or 3 times a month, where we get together and we talk about the changes in the direction of primarily the shot list. I do a lot of work with the lighting setup and whatnot. He has been very open to a lot of my suggestions as somebody who's not classically trained in film. I'm on the consumer end. I know what looks good to me, and I know what I like to see. To me, there's a big difference between working on a narrative film like this versus the marketing and advertising stuff that I've been working towards over the last year or two. The biggest standout difference is the pacing and the variability in the shots and the way that the story itself unfolds. In marketing, my whole job is to get as much information out as fast as possible, keep people engaged, interested, and make them want to buy something. It's not necessarily to gauge an emotional investment. Some situations can be, but on a narrative, on a short film like this, is totally different, and I'm loving the experience of just really trying to grab somebody with their emotions, with fear and with heartache and all sorts of different things that you don't have to worry about in commercial advertising. I'm happy to be a part of this. I think this is a fantastic experience for me. I think this is going to be a great project to work on. I'm really excited for the outcome, and more than anything, I'm excited to play a bigger role in a larger production rather than the 3-4 people kind of stuff that I've been working up until now. So I'm excited. I'm happy to be here.